We're going to talk a little bit about the movie. This isn't uncomfortable at all because I'm holding these note cards.
Did you do your dance already? Because we couldn't see from backstage.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Was JJ really responsible for all of Lost?
He is.
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
Chris, it's been a while since the first movie. Obviously, we're all back together again. What's it like to be Kirk again? How's it changed from the first time around?
All the faces to me now. All right. Well, I think in the first film, I guess really, Kirk got the chair maybe a bit too prematurely. He was still a kid. He was a brash, headstrong, at times arrogant kid, punk. And I think in this installment we see Kirk earn the chair. And, I think a lot of maturing happens in this film for Kirk, for a man who thinks he knows everything and leads with his gut and leads with his heart and is all kind of passion and heart. He's a man that has to learn to censor himself sometimes. And our bad guy, John Harrison, basically levels this mirror in front of Kirk, and in which he sees all of his vulnerabilities and his fallibility and everything that is wrong with how he leads his men and women into battle, and it brings him to his knees. So I think you can expect a lot more vulnerability from this, this young man that's trying to find his way and trying to learn how to captain this incredible vessel full of these incredible people that are becoming his friends and family.
Zach, Chris just talked a lot about vulnerability and emotion. What kind of challenges do you experience when you have to play Spock, who a lot of people think is completely and totally unemotional, but is exactly the opposite? What's it like restraining yourself?
It can be challenging or frustrating. I feel like as an actor, the goal tends to be to explore, especially in film and television, with as much variety as possible, and the limitations are pretty strong for me as an actor when I'm playing this role, but it gives me the opportunity to cultivate an interior life that I think is ultimately the true heart of this character. I just saw Leonard a few days ago, actually, and we're giving an interview about the character, and it was one of the things that we both really connected to about Spock, is that it is an erroneous notion that he doesn't have an emotional life. It's just a matter of his ability to express it. So this movie gives me an opportunity to explore that in a lot of ways, and also to be so much more physical than I was in the first movie. And I think whereas Kirk's journey in this film is learning about being a leader, and truly being a leader, not just being a captain, not just being assigned a position, I think Spock's journey in this film is really learning how to honor that emotional life and learning how to be accountable to the people that he cares about and loves, ultimately.
So Alice, obviously these guys have played these characters in the preceding movie. You're coming into this family fresh. Can you just talk a little bit about the experience of coming in, just how horrible they were to you, all the hazing, just the rudeness?
Zach was particularly horrible when I fell over on my bum and he laughed the hardest.
Did I?
Yeah.
It was really funny.
But I forgave him. It was funny. I can't run in heels. I suppose the first day was a bit like the first day at a new school. You're sort of terribly nervous before that first day, but by the end of the first day, you feel that you've been there for a very long time. And then it did go on for a very long time, 6 months. And every day, they were meaner and meaner. Because, of course, the front at the beginning was all pretend. No, it was really quite a special experience, especially working with J.J. Abrams, who I consider to be among the greatest minds I've ever met. So I feel honored to be part of it and honored to be standing here in front of you all. So thank you for coming.
I would also, I would be neglect if I didn't give shout-outs to the rest of our amazing cast. Also, joining Alice for the first time in Into Darkness is the fabulous Peter Weller, but from the first film, Zoe Saldana, Anton Yelchin, Carl Urban, Bruce Greenwood, and the irascible Simon Pegg. I don't know what irascible means, but he asked me to say that.
And Benedict.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm getting to him.
Sorry.
You gotta hold the Cumberbatch until the end.
It's an old family saying.
So you guys are really... you guys are here to see the footage. We have brought 18 minutes of Star Trek Into Darkness for you that we think it does a pretty good job of representing the film that JJ directed. There's a lot of action that takes place on Earth. We're not going to be showing that to you tonight because we don't want to give away key plot points. But the stakes are a lot higher. Obviously, we wanted to go bigger and better in the second movie, but not at the cost of the incredible emotion of the first movie. And I really feel, thanks to these incredible actors up here on the stage, that the relationships between the characters and the characters themselves really kind of, the action happens around them, which really makes you care. And I do want to say one other thing, which is about the 3D in the movie. We weren't sure about 3D when we first started talking about this movie. We didn't want it to feel like it was gimmicky, and JJ was sort of against it. And then we saw a test from some scenes for the first movie, and we became converts. We really believe that that Star Trek Into Darkness becomes an immersive experience when you experience it in 3D. That's not just me being a businessman. I've seen the movie both ways, and I really feel like the premium experience is the 3D experience, and everyone on the stage is going to be talking about that. So we will stop yammering. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really hope that you appreciate what you see. We really worked hard on it. So put on your glasses and get ready to go into darkness. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Brad Pitt.
We're not messing around. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is not Mitch Newhouser. Listen, 5 years ago, I knew absolutely nothing about a zombie. Today, I consider myself an expert. This whole thing started because I just wanted to do a film that my boys could see before they turned 18, one that they would like anyways, and they love a zombie. So we settled on this book, Max Brooks's book, called World War Z. We were faced with two Herculean challenges. How do we keep the global, spectacular, dynamic scope of the book, and how do we originate a genre that's been done quite often and done really, really well? What you're about to see is our answer to those two questions. We got a little carried away. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. I think you're going to like this as much as my boys are going to. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for supporting our films over the years. World War Z.